If you see the flash, then it don't concern you.
That Rick Ross song started playing in the lobby where me and Clemente were working in my building yesterday. And it was just slapping so disrespectfully. I had to play it on the show today. Rick Ross, super duper slept on. Clemente, can you play this Janet Yellen video that you want to show us?
Yeah, I got it. Let me pull this thing up. I just want to make sure Nick is here to experience this.
Yeah, he doesn't need to come on the screen yet. If you needed a minute, Nick, you could take a minute. You just got to watch this video real quick. So we got this Janet Yellen video we're going to play on the screen. Go ahead, Clemente.
This is the U.S. Secretary, U.S. Treasury Secretary, by the way. Here we go.
May I ask you, I'm just quite curious.
Apparently so.
What was it like, the mushroom experience?
So I went with this large group of people, and the person who had arranged our dinner did the ordering. There was a delicious mushroom dish. I was not aware that these mushrooms had hallucinogenic properties. I learned that later. I can tell you
Later, like, when you're sleeping and having visions, or
well, I was read that if the mushrooms are cooked properly, which I'm sure they were at this very good restaurant, that they have no impact. But all of us enjoyed the mushrooms, the restaurant, and none of us felt any ill effects from having eaten them.
all right. Well, and
I don't understand the story there. So the story was, if you cook it right, they're no longer magic mushrooms.
So she's in China, and basically the only thing that these guys are talking about is how she's been having these hallucinogenic mushrooms there. Everyone is freaking out about it because they're like, dude, that's the U.S. Treasury Secretary just talking about magic mushrooms on TV.
Well, yeah, there is that. Also, that's not the first time that lady did magic mushrooms. Let me tell you that. I can spot that from a mile away. Nick, you were about to say something?
I mean, it kind of feels like a nothing burger. I thought we were about to see her tripping. Like, I thought she was like, I thought we were going to see her high, and that was the clip that was going to be memorable. I mean, she's definitely, not to pass judgment, but she seems like retirement age and probably beyond. And so I felt like I was watching someone in a retirement home being like, I had magic mushrooms last night and they were great. What I was expecting her to say, but she didn't even I don't know. She didn't really experience anything.
I wish I could properly enjoy that clip and this discussion. I'm just so disturbed by the fact that person has a super notable position, with a lot of power. It just really disturbs me. I'm not exactly getting peak performance vibes from the individual. I don't think that in the entire world, that's the most qualified person for the Treasury Secretary job. Can't imagine she understands Bitcoin properly. Look, we got a lot to talk about today. We got to talk about the Mutant Ape Yacht Club curse. I'm unfamiliar with the Mutant Ape Yacht Club curse. We'll have to figure out what the story is with that. We'll talk about Zynga's entry into Web3, the anticipated Kanpai Pandas Solana mint happening today. Mentioned Kanpai Pandas on the show a couple times in the past few days, and their collaboration with Karate Combat and subsequent token integration with that combat promotion. So it'll be interesting to hear about their Solana mint. And also got to talk about the gnarly day that DeGods had yesterday. I feel like we keep having this conversation where we talk about DeGods in the morning, and by the afternoon, it's just like wild swings in price. Nick, what's going on?
So we're just the DeGod show now. Is that what's going on here? Let's what's the price at now? Is it below 5?
Yeah, 4.95.
Utes went under 1, which is that's kind of wild to me that it had that big of a drop. That's an over 50% drawdown. Also, just wild volatility on it. I want to say it went as low as like 0.78 or something like that, and then bounced
0.56 on an offer taken.
It's crazy. And so it bounced to over 1. Really wild swings. Pretty crazy stuff.
I feel like it's not. I mean, this shit is insane. We're seeing the price go up. We're seeing the price go down. And I cannot tell you, this is getting absolutely crazy. Just yesterday, I saw an NFT selling for less than $10,000. Before it was selling for more than $10,000. Now it's less than $10,000. A lot of the commenters in the replies are saying, what do I get for this NFT? And the reality is literally nothing. You don't get anything. But if you have a DeGod, you kind of get something. You get a chance to pull a slot machine and see whether or not you get something. But the best chance is you made $1. That's basically what you got as a result of it for having a DeGod. You got free money yesterday. You got $1. The real question that people are wondering is, what is the price of dust? And what is the implications for the future of DeGods? Can they survive the storm?
I love you. Want to roll all that energy right into the weather report because Signal, there's like a car accident or something and there's traffic. So Signal's not here yet. But we got 9-hour Nick. Do you want to take it away with the weather report, Nick?
Yes, P.O., I will.
You don't have to. I can do it.
No. I definitely will. Top story of the day, DeGods, price went down. Back to you, P.O. Okay, I'll go into it. Total market volume, 16.8 million. People are still trading NFTs. We can't figure out who these people are, but they're up to something. Blur, 8.5 million. OpenSea, 4.4 million. Leaders, Apes, 29.1. Mutants, 5.9. Punks, there's no number next to it. DeGods, 4.85. Azuki, what? I thought we just said it's 4.9. Now it's 4.85. Azuki, 4.93. Captains, 4.9. I'm seeing a common pattern here. I'm going to be honest. It looks like the mid caps are basically all
those are blue chips.
With
blue chips.
Well, now they're mid caps. With mutants, there's only 2 blue chips, P.O. There's apes and punks, and all the rest are mid caps. DeGods, Azuki, Captains, Pudgies, all in the mid cap range. Pudgies down at 4.08. Can they make it to 4.9 is what a lot of people are asking. We're going to have to stand by to figure out whether or not price goes up or price goes down. But, we'll hear about it tomorrow morning. Over the past 24 hours, Proto Gremlins, Spencer's favorite project, which he bought 5 of, reached an all-time high of 1.75 ETH. He dumped it after a 0.1 ETH gain, earning 0.5 ETH for his fund. Dude, 1.75, that's crazy. Following a pump on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu, the token with the Bitcoin ticker. The token has pulled back slightly with a market cap of 150 million. What's the market cap of a dust? Can we look that up, Clemente? Just type in dust. And
24 million.
42 million is the fully diluted market cap. So Harry Potter, Proto Gremlins, people think it's bigger than DeGods. That's how the market's valuing this bad boy. Opepins, or spelled Opepengs, as this is written here. The 11th set of Jack Butcher's Opepin collection debuted, holding a higher floor than Pudgy Penguins at 5 ETH. Take that, Pudgies. Y'all are just some fat penguins. The 80 supply collection saw 3 sales, the highest coming in at 5.7 ETH with 24 of 80. We're calling it Opepangs again.
That's the name of
the collaboration name. They collaborated with the Pudgies and Opepin. It is
okay.
Mash them together.
I got it. Hey, I thought I was throwing shade. These are worth more than Pudgies. No, the which one is hold? The 11th set. Why does it say holds a higher value? So Opepang.
Because it does. The Opepangs have a higher floor price than the Pudgy Penguins.
Sorry,
Pudgy
I apologize for throwing
4.2.
this in the trash and just misunderstanding the dynamics.
I think it's okay. I think it's fine.
That's pretty ridiculous. Okay. Well, people would prefer having this than a Pudgy, and this one gives you no utility. Just goes to show maybe art is the play, has been the play all along, staring you in the face. And all these people trying to build projects, ourselves included, we're just smoking crack. Well, we'll find out.
Well, the Proto Gremlins team was smoking crack.
Actually, smoking crack.
and they're valued at higher
They're crushing
level,
it.
and they're crushing
All
it.
right,
So
maybe we got to smoke some crack. I'm gonna say.
DeGods launched Points Parlor, a feature that allows holders to earn points from staked DeGods to open packs containing prizes ranging from 0.1 to 333 dust, as well as physical rewards valued between $25,000 and $40,000. The market did not favor the announcement, with DeGods down 25% in the last 24 hours to a 4.85 ETH floor, and ETH plummeting all the way down to 0.7 ETH before recovering to a 1 ETH floor. Look, everyone's talking about it. Janet Yellen even brought this up on CNBC about the Points Parlor and what's going on here. And we need to get to the bottom of why this floor is dropping when Frank is actually releasing functioning products. They built a software product. They got it out and it works and people are pissed off. And so they're selling it because they thought they were getting something completely different. Lastly,
What did they think they were getting?
No one has any fucking clue in the NFT space what they're getting. They thought that they were getting unlimited future wealth, and instead what they got was an Apple Studio display, which is pretty damn nice. I would like one. It's a premium monitor. I'm gonna be honest, and it's hard to get those. The chances are low. The way it is presented does look is a little interesting, but the bottom line is the value of them is high. You can place a price on the underlying token, and I think that's where the issue lies with this release. It has nothing to do with people's perception of their ability to execute or not. I think it just has to do with the fact that now there's this stated price associated with how much DeGods yield. And then that's just
big problem
gone down through the entire ecosystem. Lastly, WAGMI United, the collection known for buying the English football team Crawleytown FC, a team that nobody was aware of until this NFT collection bought them, is rumored to be quietly shutting down operations. Well, it wasn't so quiet after I read a bunch of tweets about it yesterday, with minority investors G-Money and G-Funk sharing that the management team has basically shut down communications with investors, buried their head in the sand, and that the overall experiment was a poor reflection of NFTs to the Crawleytown fans. I mean, look.
If we sweep this floor, do we own the team then?
Yeah.
Is that how this works?
You own it.
Well, I was trying to figure out, so is this team now available for a tenth of the price?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Like, could you imagine a cute little dog on the center of that jersey?
That'd be very cool. When this came out, the language that they wrote on the website, right? Because they definitely had lawyers look at it. The language that they wrote on the website is basically like, if you buy the NFT, you just have the right to buy merch merch for this like soccer team that isn't in a major soccer league. And we were like, I don't know if this is like,
wait, scroll down. Can I see the team?
I don't know if this is the best NFT to buy. And people got like so mad at us for like quote unquote fudding it. What do you have to say now?
They were pissed. I don't see any apologies. Instead, I'm getting this guy tweeting at me because he's so freaking obsessed with Futureverse. I mean, I'm like shocked. I don't know what his situation is, but he's tweeting at me. I'm seeing
Futureverse.
I don't know what I said. I got to go and look at it, but I didn't do my research, and he's pissed off about it. And
Your job, Nick,
You said there's only 6 projects building. That's what you said, and you didn't say one of them.
Oh, that's what it was. No one gives a shit about Futureverse. I'm just telling you. You're the main one always posting the comments in the replies. Stop watching the show. God damn.
Nick, what do you think of Futureverse and Ken Cron?
I have no idea. It seems like they're actively building something, but sorry that I didn't include them in the list that I was making up as a joke while I'm like saying it. I'm like, there's only 3 people in NFTs. We know there's 4. Okay. And Futureverse is the 4th. Okay. There you go.
There you go.
I mean,
what do you
Jesus
want?
Christ. The utility that I get for not owning one is having people just comment incessantly about the fact that I
You
keep
get the
undermining
engagement.
their business. Like, it's basically if Futureverse fails, it's because I did not give them the credit that was due to Futureverse. I don't give a shit about them. They're a bunch of fluffy bunnies into, like, do you guys get into meetups and have interest? Like, is there like a kink convention going on where you guys get together? Is that one of the utilities provided? I have no idea.
We have
Like-
no impact on the success or failure of Futureverse whatsoever. It literally doesn't matter if we say the word Futureverse. Your boy Ken Cron is the key guy at Futureverse. Go yell at him.
Ken Cron isn't. Ken Cron's an investor in it that that made this set this
Here
up.
come the tweets where it's
Come
like,
correct, P.O. You don't know
didn't
shit about Ken
research.
Cron.
My job is not to research a random ass NFT business. It's not my job to research Futureverse. I'm sorry.
Kind of is. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Might be.
our job is to research the top projects, especially those PO that have raised over $50 million, like Futureverse has. Okay, what the hell, dude?
If Futureverse sponsors any other content creator in the space, I'm gonna be big mad.
We
Gonna
could
be
hire the
big
guy
mad.
that filled in the lead form this morning as to apply for a job. He filled in the lead form saying that he wanted a partnership. Let me tell you, the worst way to get a job is to fill in a lead form where we generate revenue and tell us you got no revenue.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Okay. Anyway, you gotta. Are we wrapped on the weather report, Nick?
No, P.O., I'm going to keep taking on this show.
Keep
Okay,
going.
head on. No, I'm
Keep
just kidding.
going.
Go ahead.
Well, no, we got the updates from the Nifty Daily Digest, which is the daily newsletter at the nifty.com.
Everyone, there's no new listener to this show, P.O. No one's so you don't need to tell. They already know. The newsletter, if you're not on the list, there's literally nothing we can say. There's literally nothing P.O. can say right now to get you to sign up for the email list. Just
Nick,
don't even fucking bother.
We actually did get a new listener today. I don't know what Web3 is. Is it for an app or a website? So shout out to Trips. Sign up for the newsletter at nifty.com.
Oh,
Sign up for the site. You can get free NFTs. I heard that we may have another one dropping today. Hold on to your nuts, Trip, because this one's about to drop.
My guy Trip definitely came through from one of our natty or not shorts that's going hella viral. And he's just like, what am I here for, Trip? You look like you're pretty jacked. You belong here. This is only for jacked people. Okay. So just listen to the show. You'll figure it out. And yes, Leo said, damn, no free NFT today. Yes, there is a free NFT today.
So,
I never said that. I never said there wasn't.
Who are we thinking is the latest person using steroids, Pia?
Well, for this show and this audience, they don't want that. But for the shorts audience, they'll give you millions of views and thousands of subscribers to your YouTube channel, giving you explosive growth. So for that audience, we'll keep doing that. Me and Clemente will do our private podcast where I sit there and I talk to Clemente pretending it's a real podcast, but it's just me ranting about a random male celebrity that's on steroids. And quite frankly, it's very enjoyable. And it's been quite successful. We're not going to stop.
The last thing I was going to say is shout out to the Futureverse team. The main reason I've been throwing shade is this guy Metablocks on Twitter who just keeps talking shit to me. So I'm going to keep talking shit about Futureverse. So he ruined your project, in case you're wondering. It's his fault. So moving forward, shout out to him. He's just screwing up all of your future chances for Futureverse to be positively mentioned on this show.
There you go. It also should be mentioned that the shorts get hundreds of thousands of likes, whereas the audience watching the live stream right now is only liking it to the tune of 20 or 30. So come on, step it up, guys. Like the damn video. We appreciate it. I do also like to see some people like MP and Ellie.jpg saying we like the shorts, even though we're NFT people. I love it. I said NFT again. There goes all the people that came here from the Natty or Not shorts. They're injecting themselves with steroids as they unsubscribe. Damn, we messed up.
They called you weak, dude.
Well, fun fact, this show, the live stream show, the podcast you're listening to,
Can we just get sponsored by a steroids company? Wouldn't that bring this full circle and that would just solve the problem?
Oh, don't worry. Our business is evolving. It's actually going to be dope. And it's going to be so much easier to make tens of thousands of dollars of revenue through the steroid thing. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to low-key make T-shirts with our dope-ass art team.
Okay, we don't need to talk about you don't need to talk about the way that you figured out to make $50 for our business. No one's gonna.
It's gonna be thousands. It's gonna be thousands.
Okay.
Anyway, and no one on the NFT side is gonna have to worry about it or know about it, and it's just gonna keep us being able to support the NFT ecosystem. Is gonna be dope. And people listening are like, we don't get it, we don't care. We're gonna buy Sproto Gremlins and Miladies because those are the NFT projects that multiply. Frank built a software product and literally is giving away a Tesla, and everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? What's your problem? Anyway, Zynga, the game publisher behind Farmville, has introduced Sugartown, its first Ethereum-based NFT game, with Matt Wolf, Zynga's vice president of Web3 gaming, emphasizing the company's goal to cater to a native Web3 audience while aiming for broader scalability and fostering a dedicated community of holders. Love to see it. Artist Sam Spratt, one of the most successful artists right now in the NFT game, going to be on the show soon, by the way, shared a video trailer for the next chapter in the highly coveted Lucy collection called The Monument Game, which will feature 256 players, and 200 of the spots will be made available via a public sale starting August 21st. The game will include an addition of 256 with a one-of-one. Sam calling it a game of art and observation. That sounds juicy. It is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Last but not least, Machi Big Brother has withdrawn his defamation lawsuit against on-chain sleuth ZachXBT, citing the decision to the changes made to the original defaming article and acknowledging Zach's valuable contributions to the crypto community. Big flip there from Machi Boy. I also saw that Zach was immediately issuing like a 90% refund to everybody that donated money to him. So doing the opposite of what typical NFT people do, and not extracting money from their Twitter followers and not trying to rug and then bring in cash on the way out. Anyway, those are your stories from the Nifty Daily Digest. Go to the nifty.com, make an account. That's how you claim the free NFT. What if I told you that features on the nifty.com are rolling out that directly have to do with the free NFTs? If you're part of the Bodagos ecosystem or not, you stand to benefit. So check it out. Go to the nifty.com. First story, Nick's favorite story, the DeGods dip continues. DeGods delivered points parlor yesterday, and it works as follows. Staked Season 3 DeGods earn points. Points can be used to buy packs, of all things. Packs are open for prizes, which vary between a certain amount of dust or various physical prizes being provided for by a sponsor, which is Kraken NFT. Packs cost 400 points each. That equals almost 7 hours of staking. Before we get into the price action, was there anything that we missed about Points Parlor that is worth covering? Anything that we missed there, Easy?
I was on mute there. No, I mean, I think we've covered everything. It's just a rather interesting dynamic from them. And I think the big thing that, like, I've had a lot of conversations about this, and a lot of people who have expressed like very open opinions about what they didn't like and do like. A lot of people, and myself included, felt that one of the big things here that kind of went negatively was that dust, the only like quote use for it now is if you win dust, sell it. So you have a monetary value, which causes downward pressure on the underlying token, which is where we're actually seeing a lot of this like negative price action across the whole ecosystem. The other thing that was really interesting to me that like I've talked to a few people about it, and people have openly kind of expressed it to us that they felt we did differently with a similar mechanic, was we gave NFTs. Like all of these things are physical items which need to now be delivered to you versus a digital item when we're in a digital situation of NFTs. And that to me is like something where I keep thinking about it. There was like a meme yesterday, or maybe it was not a meme. Someone was like, somebody just won the Aesop soap and it cost $100 to ship. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, just so like even a global audience becomes significantly more difficult with physical items. But I think I like the use case of it. I think it's obviously a cool situation. People love the kind of like quote gambling side of it, and the whole like win a Tesla is obviously a very very good engagement loop for them. So I'm eager to see like how this pans out over an extended period of time. You have 30 days before the points and the cost of the packs kind of drop in value and shift. So I think that to me is what I'm going to be closely watching, is like how people navigate this game, because they say it's a game of strategy more than luck. And a bunch of people have been dropping like spreadsheets and ways to actually navigate this to see what it might look like over a longer period of time. So that's something that I think a lot of people are waiting to see how this pans out over 30 days and who actually starts to win some of the bigger prizes. Because so far it seems like people have only won dust, which obviously isn't as exciting as like winning a MacBook or winning a car.
Well, real quick before Clemente chimes in, here's the deal. The only thing that people that collect NFTs universally have in common, there's only one thing, and that's that they're interested in buying and selling digital assets. That's the only thing, right? We have people that work at our organization. We have people that hold 50 plus of our NFT assets. We have people that have been rocking with us since January 2022. They've never bought a physical product from us. They've never come to an in real life event. When I have one-on-ones with them and I talk to them about an in real life event, they're like, oh, well, I live in Turkey and I have a wife and kids and like we do like a family vacation, but I'm not going to fly to New York for like an NFT meetup. I don't even know that many other people that are going to that. If any, it would be great to meet you guys, but it's just not viable for me, right? And that's just real. And the thing is like, so we're, spoiler alert, we're going to be doing some physical product stuff in the very near future. I'm very, very, very excited about it. I was also really excited, right, about like the animations that we made, right? And we were in a spot where we were going to make another animation for some of the stuff that we're rolling out. But we had to take a second and be like, wait a minute, it doesn't really make sense to deploy capital. It doesn't make sense to allocate internal creative resources to something like an animation right now, because the reality is nobody cares. Like in this space, it's about the digital assets that you can buy and sell. Until a price is attached to something, nobody cares. We released a bunch of Bodago's free NFTs, right, that were free and that were custodied on our site in the months leading up to Bodago's. The only hype on those was at the very, very beginning when some people thought that they would be able to sell them. The next time we saw really big hype was when actual Bodagos came out. And I know that people enjoy collecting for the sake of collecting. That's our thesis. That's why we keep doing free NFTs. We love doing free NFTs. We love creating free NFTs. It's one of our favorite things to do. But I'm pointing out, to capture the attention of the whole space, you know, to get people mad, right? Because when Bodagos came out, you had a ton of people excited, but an indicator that you did something that, you know, went quote unquote viral and that the whole space is paying attention to is that people also get mad. Right. So no one's getting mad over the free NFT claims right now. It's not like, you know, big enough in the space compared to like an actual project like a Bodagos that they can sell for money. And so when you do physical products, I think that who has been the most successful physical products person in the space? I think just Pudgy Penguins, right? Luca. And that's like kind of their whole thesis, and it's his background. It weaves into the narrative. So yeah, I mean, I think that you have to kind of tread lightly with physical products. We're about to do it. Other people are going to do it. We think we're going to do it really well, but we're mindful that that's not what every single person in the space wants to do. And I think you have to keep that in mind when you do stuff like this. Clemente, you'd wanted to chime in. What's going on?
So speaking of the Mutant Ape Yacht Club curse, I wanted to point out that literally in the last 60 days, we had Azuki, Captains, and DeGods above Mutants. And you fast forward to today, all of them are back in this 5 ETH range. So it was really interesting to see that pattern literally 3 times in a row of hype something up, you deliver something, whether it's a smart PFP, whether it's what Azuki did, or DeGods now with Points Parlor in Season 3. All of them are now down below 5 ETH, with Mutants almost at 6 ETH. So it was interesting to kind of see that play out in the last 60 days, where it's like you actually delivering something means your floor price goes down. But it maybe is now an indicator of us moving past this like hype, don't deliver something. So
yeah, but also as well, like if like Frank's video yesterday, he said that moving forward for their project, one of the things they're focused on is NFT collections, which will make most sense to people who don't know anything about NFTs in the next cycle, right? And having points and winning prizes to me is very logical. If I was just talking to a friend who'd had only heard the letters NFT but didn't know what it was, and I just basically said, if you own this, you get some points, you get some prizes, he or she would get that really quickly. And also as well, this is leaning into their idea of one of their core tenets being events and IRL and giving strength to local communities so that there's a stronger network around the DeGods Utes ecosystem. So I think I agree with what you're saying, Pio, but I think if you go back to what Frank said in that 12-minute video, this is very much in line with where they're trying to take the project in the next 12 months.
But it's also right now, I think, like, to that point, look at everything that's kind of like had this situation where it's been negatively price affected, have hyped the ever living shit out of stuff. Like Captain said that June was going to be a massive month. We only got the reveal. You then had Azuki do the most FOMO inducing rollout I've ever seen, where you had a 20-minute window to mint. You then had season 3, which was supposed to be basically everything and more, and all this hype and speculation about it. And yet at the end of the day, it's almost impossible to live up to those standards in a shrinking ecosystem, which is tough. So at this point, it's one of those things where it's like, just ship and then let people talk about it after, versus tell them what you're going to ship. If it doesn't live up to exactly what you said and actually blow out those expectations, you're going to see negative price action. It's one of those things where it's like, at this point in time, you're better off just delivering and not even saying what you're going to deliver and rolling it out in, like, quote, the stealth drop meta, where like, I think people will be more excited to be like, oh, these people are just shipping. Like, this is great. I don't know when I'm going to get an announcement, but when I do, it's something cool that I can interact with and have an experience of. And that's what I'm consistently interested in, versus, oh, I have to sit here and speculate and listen to 400 spaces talking about the same topic where nobody has any single clue. And then the topic's dropped and it doesn't pan out at all as how they thought.
Nick, you look deep in thought. What are you thinking about?
Nothing related. What are you thinking about? Nothing related to DeGods. Okay. I mean, at this point, I think Easy summarized it. Like the DeGod hype is not the path forward. Ultimately, at this point, it's just execution. I think Pudgy is doing some of the best execution at this point. And yeah, I mean, that's the that's my hot take. You know who isn't, Pio?
Who?
Futureverse. Like, no one even knows what the hell's going on with that project. It just seems like complete trash.
Okay. All right. There you go, Nick. Moving on to Zynga's Sugartown game. Yesterday, Zynga announced that they were releasing a Web3 native game called Sugartown. The game is tailored towards the Web3 native audience with room for broad scalability also to come. They will host their first spaces today at noon Eastern time to talk more about Zynga's Web3 gaming branch and Sugartown.
So we're giving them a sponsored space promotion without them paying us. This is the type of utility I'm looking for. Who wrote this bullshit? Huh? Clemente? You just like they pay Wally.swoosh, whale.swoosh, whale. It's spelled Wale, okay? And I'm from DC, so that's how we say it there. And then we're just promoting everyone's sponsored space.
I wouldn't say this is a promo. This is like probably the one hyped mint we actually have in a long time.
This is actually a pretty big deal, though. I will.
Yeah, like this is badass. That. Like I'm over here like shit. I don't give a shit. Give me a loud list. I want to play the game. I want to see what it is actually rolling out. This seems cool. The animation slap for a teaser so far, and this is something people in the space are actually excited about. So yeah, Nick, we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
So give us a talk about it.
We have zero context about what's going on besides it's Zynga backed. And they just announced yesterday that it was officially Zynga backed. So they've kept it very quiet. Someone had actually reached out and said that their family member was under NDA and just announced that they were working on this. And it's, to me, we don't know anything about what the game is. We don't know
type
mint
of-
supply.
That's some NFT tweet right
Yeah.
there. Yo, my cousin was working on
Well,
this
it was someone I
project.
actually trust. They were like, yeah, they've been talking about working with Zynga, and they couldn't tell what it was until yesterday. They said that they've been working on Sugartown. So I think we're going to have a game fairly early with it, and I think that's something I'm most interested in because, like, we're already seeing Parallel Alpha get a lot of interest in gameplay. People getting really excited about a card game that's rolling out. We're seeing on Solana the Heist idle play game that a lot of people are excited about. So if Zynga does this well, and it's some level of like Farmville or other idle game where you can get more NFTs, I think people are going to be really excited about it. And Zynga's done a damn good job so far, obviously, with all their other games.
Was the person that was under NDA Jonah? Because that's literally every tweet he does. Well, I definitely, I've been playing this game for 16 months.
There's not a lot I can talk about.
No, this person is much smaller in the space. It was literally just that was like, yeah, even I didn't know until they mentioned it yesterday. And they're just like, yeah, I think this is actually going to be cool. They've been talking about it for a little while now, telling me to keep it on my radar. And it's been something I've been watching, like their rollout. And I like this rollout that they've done. I don't know if I guess it's technically hype because Zynga got bought for $12 billion. So clearly they have some firepower. I think it's Take-Two that bought them. Is that correct? Yeah, Take-Two.
Clemente.
So there's a few other like game mechanics here where I'm like, if this is, and they're not saying like this is the team that worked at Zynga. They're saying this is Zynga launching a Web3 product. So that's the thing I'm most excited for. I think that space today should give us some more insight and clarity into like how much of a hand in this is actually going to be and what level of like how quickly does a game come out? What are the mint mechanics? What is the drop? What is the price? Because that's the thing that a lot of people are still speculating on. We don't actually have anything definitive where you look at like Rec League, which is Enway, existing game, really big success in the fighting game on mobile, $300 mint, $150 mint right now. Where I'm curious if this will be a cheaper side of that, which I'm hopeful for. Like if you give someone a $20 mint to go and play a Zynga game, I think the space is going to be absolutely electric about it.
Easy.
I mean,
what did you? Sorry, real quick, Pio. So just to clarify on Sugartown, they've been pretty much like posting on and off for at least the last 2 to 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And I believe there was the marketing guy from Sappy Seals went over to their team, and So just to clarify, that was it. And yesterday was the reveal that it was actually backed by Zynga, or actually created by Zynga.
Yeah, not backed, it's like this is Zynga's Web3 product. Like that was the statement made. It's not like some of these other things where we've seen Emmy-nominated creator working on said project who's worked with Disney and Cartoon Network. We are Zynga. We are launching a Web3 product. And that to me is like the most exciting part because you are seeing a ramp in GameFi here. You're seeing a lot of different games gain a lot of interest across the space and people actually getting excited again from Rec League, from Parallel, from some of these others. That I think if this game is even half playable, people are going to be like over the moon happy about this.
I think so too. And what are you laughing at, Nick? What?
Nothing. I got a DM about Futureverse.
What'd they say?
No, they were just quoting me. No one knows what that project is doing. It's complete trash. Was apparently what I said. That's pretty good.
Nick, do you think that anybody might be upset about that, given the passion that we've seen from the fans of the Futureverse products?
You mean from the fan?
Oh, it's a single gentleman?
There's one fan of Futureverse, actually. It's not a whole collective. It's one guy.
What's the gentleman's name?
Metablocks is his Twitter
Call him
account.
out by name. I didn't know if you're gonna literally just say his name.
Yeah. So this guy Metablocks is a fan of the show and just leaves disappointed every time that we bring up Futureverse because, well, actually, no, sorry. Every time we don't bring up Futureverse because we haven't done our research to figure out what the project is doing. Look, if you want to deliver us a research report, I'm happy to receive it.
No,
and get a good understanding of it. I'm not saying I'm going to discuss it on the show, but I'm going to dissect it and find a way to take apart every single piece of it, just to ruin your hopes and dreams, Metablocks. But send me the report, and my DMs are always open.
Send me the report. I like the positive take there. All right. Well, look, the bottom line with Zynga, and I see people in the audience on the YouTube comments saying things like, basically mocking the pitch of the backgrounds of the creators. The reality is there are going to be legitimate gaming entities that emerge in the space. I mean, there already are. And yes, it's hard to tell which ones are legit. And yes, there was that Momo rug or whatever it was, Momo Guru or whatever it was, that got all hyped up and just went to zero with haste. And the team just didn't want to lift a finger. And I guess it was literally just a weird scam by people from the entertainment industry. I don't know what crosses people's minds, but there are going to be legitimate entities. We'll see what happens with Sugartown. We were going to talk about Sproto Gremlins, but Bunny's not here. He's our Sproto Gremlins expert. He's on vacation. I can't wait to hear about Bunny's nuclear family going on vacation. I don't know what that looks like.
Theo, you'll love it too. He's talked about it. So we all know Bunny lives in Jersey. Guess where he went on vacation?
Going down to the Jersey Shore.
Exactly.
Yeah, and obviously
in New Jersey.
Yeah, you got to go to a place where you can still buy cigarettes at the drop of a hat and get 40 ounces in paper bags and get. I got to go over to what's the sandwich joint? Wawa's. I got to get a sandwich.
Do not disrespect Wawa's.
I got to be able to get a sandwich at Wawa's no matter what. I know how they get down in New Jersey. Come on now. Got to be able to get a bagel sandwich too. Anyway, real quick, we got Kanpai Pandas Solana mint. There's going to be 1,000 pandas sold on Solana today at 3 Eastern. It's going to be a Dutch auction. 1,000 total pandas, 750 are mintable. What does that mean, Easy? Why is 70?
250 mint passes that they have on ETH. That were given out to some people. So 750 are going to be done in a Dutch auction. It's rather expensive, I got to say. It's about 120 sol, 192 sol. Jesus Crimbus, down to an 82 sol mint price, which is in line with their lowest USD value that they sold the allow list for.
So successful collection on Ethereum, dropping on Solana. We went through the process of dropping on Solana a short 2 months ago, less than 60 days ago. A big thing going into our mint, Easy, was you talking about not pricing it too high because the Solana audience doesn't appreciate it.
Don't even get me started about this. I still get fudded to this day where people are like, they minted for 15 sol. And I have to look at it and be like, dude, we minted for like 4.6 sol, 85 United States dollars. Just because it opened up high doesn't mean that's what we minted for. People lose it over that. They're like absolutely crazy about it. So this to me is going to definitely get some pushback. Because 192 sols quite expensive. I'm a fan of Ice Bags, Milk Bags. I think they're doing a damn good job with Karate Combat. And he had leaked on a space yesterday that they're actually working on a Kanpai fight league that's been in the works for about 4 months now.
That's interesting. A competitor to Karate Combat or a different?
I'm not sure. I think it may be like, if anything, my gut tells me it might be like a bare knuckle style thing. Which if you saw the fight this weekend, dude, those things are wild, bro.
It's not my cup of tea.
Dude. Sony's releasing an NFT where you just get the shit beat out of it.
If you buy this NFT, you have to fight in a ring. By law, it's a sold-out token. You have to fight. You have to square up and get punched in the face.
You're just going to get a beat down given to you. And for some people, that's going to be considered therapy. And they're going to be
people
like,
buying Sproto Gremlins would buy that NFT and be like, come beat my ass. Okay.
I heard that's the utility of Futureverse, Pio, actually, was something that I heard was that the price just goes down and they beat the shit out of you.
I like it. Actually, I don't even think that, because I do think that Futureverse is a legitimate operation, whereas I think Sproto Gremlins and Miladies, the holders would take pride in getting a black. It's like Fight Club, right? It's like Fight Club. You go, you beat the bag out of each other, bare knuckle, and you hug each other afterwards. Anyway, well, it'll be interesting. Oh, Clemente?
I do think we brought up Miladies, we brought up Sproto Gremlins. I think it's so wild that literally on one end you have these Web3 businesses, right? You have businesses, you have DeGods, Azuki Captains, etc. And then on the other end, and they've done trash over the last 60 days other than Pudgy Penguins. Their price is down, 30, 40%. And then on the other side, you have Miladies and Sproto Gremlins literally basically doing nothing. And they're nearing all-time highs. Miladies is almost at 5 ETH. So they're about to flip DeGods, Pudgy Penguins, or they've already flipped Pudgy Penguins and Captains, which to me is absolutely absurd. But I'm curious if Easy, if you're checking any of these guys out, or why the hell this is happening. Basically, the market just favors
it's culture, baby. You can't buy culture. You can't buy community. Dude, Miladies is just a goddamn cult. And I respect them. Please don't curse me. Please, this is words of affirmation towards the Miladies. They are also heavy in the shitcoin meta. So like a lot of those developers are engraved in that. They get a lot of obvious kind of value from that when they hear about tokens launching soon by friends. That's usually how that pans out. Sproto Gremlins, though, dude, like name me another project that just smokes crack.
It's the same thing as Miladies. It's just a different picture. The people that didn't want
bullish. You're like, give me the name of another project where they're smoking crack on camera because we're looking to invest.
Dude, the next project that comes out and smokes crack, I'm in. I'm all in. 0.01, back up the Brinks truck. I'm in.
The bottom line is like both of those collections, Miladies and Sproto Gremlins, they are the audience for those projects are like the crypto native audience. The crypto native audience doesn't want you to make a business. They're like, what? Like, I'm not trying to do that. I don't have the crypto native audience doesn't have a job, doesn't want to ever have a job, doesn't want to do anything that like is super duper hard work, including entrepreneurial pursuits. The crypto native audience is not an entrepreneurial audience. I'm talking about like the broad strokes, like, I don't want to say anything bad, but like the broad strokes audience of crypto that's looking to press a button one day and then press a button, the same button later, or the sell button later, and just make a bunch of money without doing anything. It's about the vibes. It's about the culture, like this internet native culture with memes and really weird shit being posted on message boards and 4chan and stuff like that. That's what the culture is of these things. If Miladies announced that they were going to build a business tomorrow, the price would just go down because it's fundamentally against the culture of the people that are buying the NFTs. So that's the reality of it. Sorry, I was just getting a phone call. Anyway, just to wrap up on Kanpai Pandas, I do think that these sell out, I have to think, on Solana. It's a high price. I wish that we could have minted Bodogos for $400. Would have been we'd have more runway.
It's way more than $400. Like,
oh, it's
right.
way more.
The mint pass. So what was interesting was like these mint passes basically allow you to mint this thing for $400.
Yeah, you pay
selling
400 on top of it.
One of them sold yesterday for 1.8 ETH, which is insane to me. Easy. Have you seen a mint this high on Solana? That's
never.
Okay.
86 Sol is $2,100.
And that's the bottom. So basically,
that's the lowest possible. I'm gonna be blunt though, like,
dude,
it's Solana. Like, I think this is gonna go to the lowest possible price. We've seen how Dutch auctions play out in the bear market. People just sit and wait. Like, even with the Gutter Cat clones, which was very, very hyped on ETH, everyone just waited. Like there was no like, everyone was like, if we all agree to buy this, like Dutch auctions are relatively flawed, especially in a bear, because everyone just says, we're just going to wait. Like that's kind of the thing. Everyone's totally comfortable just sitting on their hands.
And that's basically, I think, what we're looking at. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Nick, what are you thinking about, buddy?
You keep asking me this question. Get out of my mind, okay?
Because you're sitting there reading Futureverse hate instead of participating, all right?
It just didn't look like you were paying any attention to the broadcast that you're on, Nick.
I was thinking that I got to go to the bathroom and figuring out my transition out the door. So that's what I'm going to go do real quick, okay?
I believe that's actually what you were thinking about. Is that correct?
Just left.
Nick left, ladies and gentlemen. I think he actually had to use the restroom. Signal, any thoughts on Kanpai Pandas, Sproto Gremlins, Zynga Sugartown, any of the stories that we have going on in the NFT space today?
Easy. I wanted to ask, why can Kanpai Pandas, do you think, get away with such a high mint price considering the market conditions and its Solana?
So I like milk bags. I like the guy. I don't know if you're quote gonna get away with it. Like that's the thing is like you still have 750 of these that like ETH people either need to bridge to Sol to mint this, or Sol people need to dive into this. Like I think you may get some outside power that buys into this because like they believe in Kanpai Pandas, and obviously I'm a fan of them. It's just tough in this space when like there's a 6 Sol mint from an existing Solana NFT that's getting fudded because of a 6 Sol mint price. So like that's some comparison where it's like net new participant, existing success. It's for me, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know how well this does. I'm going to be watching it closely because if it sells out quickly, then I probably want to look at secondary. But I'm also more interested in what Kanpai's trade at on ETH, because if there's any sort of like differentiation in price across the two, then you're going to see ARB opportunities that lead to people like making swings and trying to find something there. It's, yeah, I don't know if, quote, they get away with it is like the better way to say this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
Like-
totally agree with that. It's like that's like a super high mint price to come in at, considering like where we are in the market. And I was just like, am I missing something here? And it's also interesting as well that you've had DeGods who have now brought their two communities together, and you got Kanpai Pandas who are sort of separating the two communities.
Well, they're not really separating. They're true. Like they use layer 0 to actually bridge across every chain. So there's Kanpais on basically every chain. The only reason they did not release this on one where they could quote bridge to Solana is because layer 0 is still developing the Solana tech right now. So once that's live, they just wanted to get these released because they've had this like tabled to do for an extended period of time. So I think that's the reason he had answered that question too, because a lot of people were like, why are you segmenting? He's like, we're not. We're just front running the layer 0 announcement of Solana. And once that's live, then you'll be able to bridge these back to ETH and so on and so forth.
Cool.
Nick's nodding his head. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Feeling good?
Get the hell out of here. Let's move on to the next subject. What is we're going to talk about for DeGods price again? Let's talk about the DeGods price.
You sound like a guy at the end of the night at a bar was like, hey, let's just keep hanging out, man.
So it's 3 in the morning. Just one more drink.
You want to talk about the DeGods price again? I mean, Nick, did you get 9 hours of sleep or what?
I did. Actually, no, I don't know if I got 9. I got a 95% rating last night on my sleep. So I could have gotten another 5%, but it was pretty solid. Okay.
Where
That's
did
a
it
very
say that
good
you
fake
declined?
rating.
Where was the
What's that?
gap in where was the gap in the 5%? What was your issues?
I don't know, because I don't have the watch because it's charging. It has to charge every 2 days. So right now it's charging. Then I can do a deeper analysis to tell you what the hell was going on with my sleep. Actually, I got it right here. So
No,
it looks like no, Pio, you're gonna want to hear this one.
no.
I'm really
Pio,
interested.
we got to find out what the situation was. It looks like I actually got 7 hours and 40 minutes of sleep, and it was a 93 rating last night, Pio.
Someone was asking if you drank coffee with caffeine this morning.
The lack of efficiency was the problem with the sleep last night was I only got 1 hour and 58 minutes of the deep sleep, and you're aiming for more. So I didn't close that circle. If I had slept just a little bit longer and received another, 30 minutes of deep sleep, it would have been just a banging night, But apparently, according to this, it's only a 93.
Well, there you go. Somebody also asked if the original Kanpai Pandas mint happened on your 62nd birthday, Nick. So that I thought was a pretty good question. Clemente, are we ready with the free NFT? Do we need another couple minutes before we drop it on them?
Another couple minutes. In the meantime, while I'm getting that ready, easy. So I'm thinking of buying my first NFT in about 3 weeks. I'm curious what you think. I'm checking out Grapes by
What's the price on those right now?
0.45 last time I checked. They peaked at I think 0.7. Yeah, they're at 0.456. These things ran up all the way to 0.7 about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Slight pullback. They're basically doing the there's only 3,333 of them. Tanner from the Discord has like 50 of these and has been telling me all about it. They're pretty transparent in how they approach this and how they approach their token. I'm curious what you think there.
So I like Grapes a lot. The issue is like you could have bought these for 0.07 to 0.1 for like 2 weeks. So like where it is now is tough because like now it's all just game rollouts and the Grape token hasn't dropped yet, of course. Once that drops, you're going to see a pretty big pullback in price because people are just going to take that yield, sell it off, be comfortable exiting, etc. For me, I'm not buying into this. If anything, I'm waiting for Rec League. That's a play. Like from a gaming perspective, I'd rather wait and buy unrevealed boxes, and then make that trade. I'm like more so looking towards that, even for just like a size play if they're like cheap enough. The Grapes, like, dude, the thing is like I haven't actually seen these games. Like, you know what I mean? Like I haven't seen what the games look like. I think there's like Grape Solitaire and a couple others, but like that's not terribly exciting to me. And I haven't spent a ton of time looking into the tokenomics of it. So for me, I'd rather not take a flyer at almost half an ETH on these because I think ETH goes higher here. And I think the second this token drops, you'll get these at a 50% discount.
Very interesting. When does the token drop? Do we know?
No, not yet.
Not yet. At least it's a quality entity in the NFT space, Grapes. It's something to keep an eye on, and it's going to be interesting, just to understand what direction they go in. Again, there's going to be more and more legit stuff. It's August 15th. So as Signal said, it's eggplant season. And I feel like once we get out of August, once we get to the other side of Labor Day, we could have a little bit more action. The other thing is if crypto runs between now and the end of the year, that'll be good too. Sig, any thoughts on that and what direction we're going in?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like August is just a sort of a, it's the 1 month of the entire year where pretty much most of the world is guaranteed to be off in some kind of way, regardless of like when you take your, when you take your religious holidays. And then if you look at like even traditional finance and where people have to have mandatory leave of say like 2 weeks, August is the time that they do it. So it's just a very slow time. It's a very slow pace from an institutional perspective. And even like when you're looking at Discord and where everybody is, there's just like a little bit less conversation. However, I think everything will come back in September when everyone's like, what's been going on? What's happening in the markets? People are positioning themselves for Q4, end of the business year as well, before we get into December. So I'm excited to see what happens in September. However, that does not mean, close Twitter, close Discord, and come back in September, because I think some of the most interesting projects could also drop in August because the founders want to drop at a time where the only people who deserve the project are the ones who are paying attention. And so that's something to always look out for between now and September. It's just interesting projects that, potentially could be quite high conviction, but most people are not paying attention to because they're off touching sand. So August, keep your eyes on it because I still think interesting stuff could happen.
Keep your eyes open. I think Nick and Clemente are troubleshooting the free NFT. What do we think, guys? Think we're going to be able to get it out the door, or will we have to tweet it out?
Well, it just, I think, minted for me. So I just did it and it worked.
Hell yeah.
Clemente's face.
Hell
Is
yeah,
it
bro.
working, Clemente?
Well, the
It
password's
works.
levitate. Yeah. We could say it. I think there was an incorrect spelling.
Oh my God. Yep. So user error here, guys. Sorry, I'm
Wow.
rusty.
Oh, Clement. Okay. I think there might have been more than one user error as well. We'll clean it all up. Anyway, what's the password? If the description and the NFT don't match, ladies and gentlemen, it's Clemente's fault. Look at him with the exhale. He's like, whoa, I'm all nervous. Don't worry about it, Clemente. We'll clean it up. Ladies and gentlemen,
You're fucking fired. Get him out of here.
Give us a break. We can update all this stuff after. Just claim the damn thing.
Is this the right image or is it the wrong
We're going to
image?
clean it all up, Nick. There's a little mismatch. It's okay. We're going to clean it all up. We'll get the right description. It's okay.
You know who wouldn't have a mismatch? Futureverse.
That's right. That's very true. Futureverse would have nailed this. Ken Cron.
Their execution has been, you keep bringing him up, their execution has been flawless.
Their
Okay,
execution, yeah.
This
People are
wouldn't
calling
have-
for, go ahead, Nick. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say people are calling for a different password for tomorrow's free NFT. Clemente smokes crack, which I think would have been a more appropriate password without a doubt. But yes, it's a little mistake. People are saying New York Clemente is mid. That's not true, ladies and gentlemen. That's not true. He's not mid. We worked in office in New York yesterday, and then we actually got a training session in. We did chest volume. So we're doing flat bench, incline bench, and then barbell flies. And then Clemente surprised me. I didn't expect him to be such a good jump roper. It was very, very impressive. His jump roping ability really showed me up, made me feel some type of way about it because I thought I was going to get him with the jump roping. But apparently he's got a long history.
Showed me videos of himself jump roping. Naked, by the way. He's sending naked videos of him jump roping, which is just absolutely disgusting. But there he was in the nude doing it. So I thought it was inappropriate when he showed me that, but Is that what were you guys? Was that before or after you guys did a naked sauna together?
We were going to do the sauna, but I didn't have towels. And I wasn't going to just have Clemente be naked in there and have to air dry in the public locker room. You know what I'm talking about? So that just wasn't going to happen. So anyway, let's dish out this code. Levitate23. Is that the correct code?
It's is that what it is?
Levitate23 is the password for today's free NFT. The description is fixed. Everything is back and working, everyone. Go claim that at thenifty.com/claim.
The description is not fixed, I don't think.
Refresh.
I did.
Did we clean it up? Is everything cleaned up?
No, it's the same one showing up for me, but
Oh my God. It's okay. We're going to clean it up.
I'll take care of it, dude. What's the correct title? Just give me the name.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to clean it up.
Can you just tell me what it is, though? I'm looking at the thing.
Nick, we're going to clean it up. Nick, we're going to, don't worry. We'll take care of it.
Tell me what it is.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it later. You're good. You're good. The title is Futureverse Ken Kron 42069, and that is it.
Clemente, show the updated version on your screen so we can actually read the damn thing.
You're right.
Okay, we're going to clean.
But can you tell me the name of the NFT, please? What is this supposed to be?
Don't worry about it.
We all claimed
We'll get to it later. We'll get to it later. Don't worry
all
about
claimed it, and none of us have any idea. What is it?
It's okay because
can you just tell us?
It's all going to end up at the same place. Hint, hint.
Can you just tell me?
I mean, look, it's going to roll out. Now you just want it for the sake of getting it. You just want to feel something, Nick. We're not giving that to you on the show. It's not going to happen. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, collect the free NFT because look, we rolled out free NFTs
dude, I just
on the
deleted
platform.
the NFT in case you're wondering. It's completely broken.
No, don't do that. That doesn't make sense.
It's completely broken. Hold on. I'm editing the description right now. Hold on. I updated the name. It's called PO Sucks. Okay. Reload it. It says PO Sucks.
Does it really?
Yeah, it does.
No. Look, that's not a good name.
Check out the site. I just changed the name and it seems to be working perfectly right now. So, yeah, it says PO Sucks. That's the name of the NFT. Thanks for telling me.
Well, that's not very nice. And then also, just keep in mind,
it not PO? Is it not? You couldn't tell me the name of it. What happened?
That's not very nice, Nick, to have just, hey, Alfalfa goes, great name. Alfalfa, that's not nice. What the hell? This is not good. This is my show over here. What are we doing here? This is not cool.
So hold on,
anyway.
I updated the description also. Clemente wouldn't tell Nick the new name. So Nick changed it. P.S.
Yo, Biggs, a fellow New Yorker, is over here saying, yo, do I claim again? I need that. Get out of here, Biggs. Get out of here.
I updated the description now. Also, it says, P.S. P.O. sucks.
No, that's not fair. Miguel Ribeiro is saying, make that one tradable now. He thinks it's going to fetch a high price. That's BS. That's not cool. Hundreds of people have already...
name. And I'm going to keep, if Clemente tries to update it because he won't tell me the name of the NFT, it's going back. This one is permanently PO Sucks.
No, that's not fair. We did not build this one. Hey, people
tell
are
me the name of the NFT.
Tell
me the name of the NFT. What is it?
Well, I named the other NFT and Clemente uploaded this one. I haven't come up with a title for this one yet is the thing. So we have to.
Okay, so we caught. Oh, so then the name is perfect. The name. Whose fault was this? Who's what? We don't have a name.
I guess it is a fitting.
No named buddy. Well, here's actually the thing. He's meditating, so there is nothing. Like at the end of the day, there's literally nothing.
Okay, so this is from the Before Doggos series, which covers Before Doggos, right? Like instead of BC, it's Before Doggos, and it shows Buddy throughout time. This is Buddy during his Tibetan monk saga when he was in ancient Tibet with other doggo monks, just meditating all day to the point that they're finding eternal peace. But I haven't.
This reminds me of like Nick after 3 of those edible mints. This is how I envision him.
I think that's a perfect thing, but I haven't come up with the title and description. I came up with the one of Buddy in ancient Egypt. That was what Clemente was supposed to upload. And the title of that one is The Pharaoh's Furry Friend. And the description is hieroglyphic mysteries showcase the regal connection between man and canine, telling an ageless tale of loyalty and reverence. So I have that one.
I know it.
It took you all of 30 seconds on Chat GPT to figure that one out. In terms of, check out the dog at the bottom going, ooh, kind of looks like a balloon.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
It
He's a
does.
balloon head. He's going balloon.
Anyway,
And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Pio, who sucks, is the current name of the NFT. Just call it nothing. It is nothing. It'll always be nothing, and that's all that matters.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we first dropped free NFTs on the platform. Then we dropped staking for the Bodogos on the platform to earn bones. Then we let you spend bones on free NFT packs that also have regular claimable NFTs that you can sell. What comes next, ladies and gentlemen? What comes next? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the free NFTs that you've been covering. Ignore Nick's defamation of me. I'm going to be throwing a lawsuit at him. We're throwing the book at him around here. I have very powerful lawyers, and we're going to take him to court. But the title of this NFT should totally be ignored, and it's going to be changed without question because it's just rude. But anyway,
Pio wouldn't tell me the
next?
name. Pio wouldn't tell me the name. Clemente wouldn't tell me the name. But then we got to the bottom of what it was. There was no name. It's a nameless, but it's also nothing. And you should really lean into that. And we should make the NFT associated with that. PSPO6.
How about this? So we're rolling out a free NFT that's unique to some stuff that we're rolling out that has to do with audience participation on the show. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I think you'll see the debut of that NFT next Friday, not this Friday. We have a special guest this Friday, but next Friday, you'll see the debut of that you can only get from audience participation. How about this? Here's the very first time that you can win that. Guess what the free NFTs are for, ladies and gentlemen. If you guess that, then you'll get the free NFT that's unique for audience participation. So there you go. Anyway, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. We do the show Monday through Friday,
Sorry, what are we
9 a.m.
doing?
Eastern time.
Yeah, can you break that down?
We just took Nick off the screen, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm confused
because
about the logic.
you're confused because you didn't listen to anything that I
No,
said.
I heard about it. We got a free NFT dropping Friday. I thought we had the thing dropping Wednesday. I don't know. I'm confused.
You didn't listen to anything I said. You paid a little bit of attention right at the end. And right at the end, you caught like 20% of it. And you're like, wait, what's going on? People are just celebrating that they got the PO Sucks NFT. This is BS. This is not good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ending the stream. I'm putting music on the show.